Okay, we're moving on to the next speaker. All right, this speaker is Mr. Nik Naharudin Mohd Nasir. He is the head digital talent, digital industry development, Malaysia Digital Economic Corporations, MDEC. An electronics engineer turned talent delivery ecosystem engineer. He has worked with MDEC since 1999, spanning a career of almost 23 years. He worked with institutes of higher learning towards strategic talent development for ICT industry, and he has involved in projects such as the Premier Digital Tech University, Premier Digital Tech Polytechnic, and the 2U2I, 2-year university, 2-year industry, flexible learning projects associated with the Malaysia Digital Economic Corporations. He has an MBA from Multimedia University Malaysia and a Bachelor of Science Engineering from Columbia Engineering, New York, USA. Mr. Nik Naharudin Mohd Nasir will speak on the topic developing tech talent for the digital economy. Sir, your floor.
Hi, thanks, Prof. Alan. Thanks, Mr. Gopal, for inviting MDEC to be part of this important event today. So it's about developing talent for the digital economy. So I'm going to talk about what MDEC as a government agency in Malaysia is doing to grow the availability of the right digital talent for the digital economy. So let me just go through. I have prepared some slides for this. Okay. So as an intro, MDEC is actually a government agency under the Ministry of Communications and Multimedia. We aim to help drive Malaysia to be the region's leading digital economy. And in doing so, we focus on 4 key thrusts. First one is being skills, driving digital skills across the whole population. Number 2 is to accelerate adoption. Number 3 is to facilitate the growing of scale-ups and unicorns. And number 4 is to attract investment. So today, I'm going to be focusing on the first thrust, which is the skills for industry and for the people. So as part of the work that we do, we also look at the talent demand. So every quarter we come up with this based on the latest development globally as well as locally in Malaysia. So as if you can see this is actually from the Q3 of 2021, where we identified the top 10 industries with hiring demands. So you can see there, IT and services, of course, is there. But apart from traditional IT companies, non-traditional companies, they continue to have high demand for digital talents. Sectors like logistics and supply chain, management consulting, and that they are really growing to be among the biggest demand for digital talent. And in terms of the type of organizations, also you can see there the year-on-year growth. Non-profit organizations are really growing. Information services, of course, is within expectation. Renewables and environment. So you see, so as you can see, the digital has really encroached into all aspects of the community, of the country. And apart from the digital hard skills, we also found out that despite whatever, whether being online or online learning, online interaction, skills and attitude remain important in companies' consideration when they hire their staff, right? So at the national level in Malaysia, we have a couple of guiding documents in terms of driving, say, the digital tech. So the focus areas, I think you can see in the middle there is quite, I think quite in line with what I believe other countries are also focusing on AI, IoT, blockchain, cloud computing, BDA, materials and technologies. So those are like 5 of the key ones. And to help guide the nation, the government has come up with a national fourth IR policy as well as the Malaysia Digital Economy Blueprint. So both documents actually have highlighted what are the things that we need to do in terms of industry development as well as the supporting structure, including talent development. Right? So in MDEC, we focus on these 3 areas. Of course, the focus today, I understand, is on the high education at the tertiary level, but we cannot ignore the importance of having a good and steady pipeline coming from the school system into the tertiary. So we look at the pipeline, we work with the various ministries and stakeholders to make sure that we have a steady and dependable pipeline, and supplying into the middle box, which is the digitally savvy workforce. So we also do some programs to help the workforce to continue to skill and reskill. Then apart from that, we also look at other new and unique income opportunities being created by the digital economy. So for each of these, I think before I go to the university side, the tertiary side, I'm going to talk about what we do at the school level. As I mentioned, the pipeline is important to make sure that whatever is supplied to the school, whatever is supplied by the school to the university of good quality, so that the university can continue to groom these students to become productive workers for the economy, right? So our intervention at the schools is, if you can see there. So we work with the students to grow and spark their interest. We also work with to develop the teachers' skills, because as you know, we need good teachers to make sure that we can produce good students, right? So we also get involved in looking at how to upskill the teachers on a systematic basis, and we also help to drive the uptake of digital tertiary courses. So we try to give exposure to the school students in terms of what are the good future career opportunities, and in terms of career opportunities, if you read any studies by consultants or by various bodies, the best careers are of course in the tech industry. And once we identify the top talented students, we nurture them to become the gems for us, right? So the bottom part just highlight what are the programs that we do. We have the Ninja, which is the top students. We have digital maker hubs across the country. We also have special schools. We call it champion schools. And also we work with the ministry to integrate things like computational thinking into the national curriculum. And we also work with a counselor to make sure that the counselor are also able to advise the students on the right career perspective. Then once the students are done with their school, they of course obviously we want them to go to the tertiary side, to the higher education, and preferably they do take up courses which can contribute towards the digital economy later on when they go into employment. So at the university we have this focused as well as general approach. So for the focused approach, we work with a select group of universities and polytechnics under the banner of the Premier Digital Tech Institution, whereby we do a focused intervention in terms of driving the student intake with the funnel coming from the school just now. And with the university itself, we also facilitate the industry-oriented curriculum. So we have identified a panel of industry experts whereby they work with us, with the universities as well as the ministry to look and advise into the content of the curriculum. We also have industry partners, or the big tech players, working with the university to develop micro-credentials. And we also have industry centers of excellence being set up at the universities, or set up already at the universities, which becomes like a foothold for the industry inside the university so that they can do more for the university and with the university. And of course, having a good curriculum and good student also is not enough. Then you have to make sure that the lecturers have the digital tech expertise. So in this aspect, we also work with our tech partners to strengthen the lecturers' digital tech expertise. So every year we train lecturers from these universities and polytechnics, and the good ones from these trained lecturers, we even provide them with industry certifications, right? So, with the intention that by having these industry certifications, they will also be acknowledged by the industry as industry experts, and this will facilitate a closer and better industry academia collaboration between university and industry. And lastly, we also do graduate employment. We facilitate graduate employment. We are not a job portal, but we have, because we know where the demands are coming from. As MDEC, we have a few thousand companies which are registered with us, and based on these companies, we know exactly what kind of demands they are generating. And that's why when we develop the program for the university, it's based on this demand, and so that by the time they are graduated, they can be channeled rightfully into the waiting industry. Okay, so we look at graduate employability and also making sure that they are employed in the right field, and the quality of employment in terms of salary and all that. Also, we also have our criteria to make sure that our graduates garnering the best range of salary in the industry. Okay. So we also work with the existing workforce. And some of this, I think, also benefit the fresh graduates. We have the first one is the digital skills training directory. So what we do is we identify the various courses being offered in Malaysia. Of course, in Malaysia being online, some of them online, some of them face-to-face. So we identify the best ones and we put them into our directory, so that people know where they can go to get upskill or reskill. So this is a guide for all Malaysians. And we also do campaigns with our tech partners. Some of them provide free training. So we just promote, we compile the course offerings, and we promote to all Malaysians. And we also have assistance for, this is due to the COVID situation, where we need to help companies, especially the smaller ones, to grow, to continue their business and also to grow. So we have some assistance for these companies. And we also work with the Tibet side to also make sure that the digital tech also becomes a priority in the Tibet area. Apart from that, the last box in our talent thing is the new income opportunity being afforded by the digital economy. So this is in the form of a sharing economy. Right? So We have been doing this for a few years, so we have a good grasp of the sharing economy platforms, of the people in the sharing economy platform, and the market and the user. So we have a couple of programs. E-Rezeki. Rezeki means in Malay it means your income. So this is meant to help the general population to earn income through the sharing economy, right? Then the other one is global online workforce, more for targeted at the more technically savvy. So fresh graduates and all that are also being promoted for this global online workforce, whereby they provide digital tech services at a higher level to the global market. Right. So this is also something that we are promoting to the university students, because they have the expertise. We just need to guide them on how to get on the platforms. Then they can start offering their services to the global audience, right, to the global market. So in essence, those are the things that we do. So the key takeaways, I think from my session, is that world is going digital, definitely, and it's being accelerated by COVID-19. And due to that, also jobs are going digital. But despite that, soft skills remain essential. So we really hope that the university will continue to impart soft skills into the graduates. Gig work, the sharing economy is becoming more and more a viable alternative, because I think the younger people, more and more of them are not looking forward to working with other people. They want to start their own small business or small initiative. So this is becoming more popular in Malaysia. And digital development is a lifelong journey. So that's why, even though the topic is for higher education, I try to cover the whole spectrum to share that when we do our programs, we're looking at the whole spectrum, and it's for the long term. So with that, I end my presentation, and thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for the speaker for updating us on what Malaysia is doing to encourage digital talent. These questions is regarding in terms of the talent developed by the Malaysian MDEC initiative. How fast are they being absorbed into the economy? And how are you dealing with the global demand of brain drain, especially for IT and digital talents?
Right. So how fast they are being absorbed by the industry? So as a measure of how effective we're doing, we are doing our program is we track the employability of the students upon their graduation. So far within 6 months is at least 95%, except for last in 2020. It was around 94. It dropped a bit due to COVID, but after that, we have seen another uptick, right?
Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much. All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Nik Naharudin Mohd Nasir, for the interesting update.